Welcome. This is the Four Valuable Podcast. I'm your host and moderator, Fabian Biggs. My guys will be with me in just a moment. And on this fresh episode, we got a lot to talk about in this episode. For one, we're going to talk about college football, Jim Harbaugh, and the recent coaches being fired. Who's going to replace these coaches where they're fired at, and are they justified? NFL ATWATER's MIDSEASON awards, NBA, what the hell wrong with the Clippers, and some other tomfoolery that you know we're going to do on the show. And I hope my guys will be with me in just a minute. And this is part of the show. I said, let's go. This is the Four by the Wood podcast. I am your host, Fabian Biggs, and we have a lot of show to get to, and hopefully we can get started. I want to start out with, before all my guys are coming on, I want to talk about Deshaun Watson's injury. He's going to be out for the rest of the year. Fractured bone in his throwing shoulder. You're going to need that to play. So that's going to possibly hinder any chance of the Cleveland Browns possibly going to a Super Bowl this year. And he played well in the second half against the Ravens. Team went 14 for 14, led the team on the game-winning drive. The defense had a lot to do with that game. But if we look at, is Watson deserving of $230 million of that contract? At the time they signed him, yes, but not at that time. If it was before all the allegations of sexual misconduct happened, yes, he was worthy of $230 million. The Browns needed a quarterback. They are desperate. They signed him. But they should not have reached for that amount of money for him. They pretty much only bidding against themselves. So I just feel like that for that time, that was not a good signing, but the Browns did what they need to do. We got Jada Pickett's lover coming on in just a minute. Lord have mercy. Damon, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up?
Hey. You don't want to be
hey. What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, Jada Pickett's lover. Hey, how you
doing? Gus's lover.
Hey,
the lover. Hello. Let me do my. Got to do my Jim dance. Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Peace and salutation.
A tradition unlike any other.
Y'all ain't heard the new mess about Will?
Yeah,
he's supposed to have a little relationship with Dwayne. What's his name?
Dwayne Martin.
Martin, yeah. I don't know who this dude is. I don't know if it's his. I don't know who he was. His assistant or something. Say they were looking for him on. They were looking for him on a set or something, and they had the walkie-talkies and cell phone, and he said he went in Dwayne Martin's trailer or a room. Said he had Will.
I hate you,
man. He had Will Smith bent over, and Dwayne Martin was tearing his ass up. He was for real. Yeah, that's what they said. So that shit crazy, man.
Wow.
My thing about a lot of that stuff, man, some of that stuff, people just be making stuff up. Some of them folks ain't lying, man. I don't know. I mean, we all say, man, not him, but yeah, it may be him for real.
Big Willie from Philly.
No, Big Willie getting Willie. Somebody Willie.
Hey, what's the dude name, Damon, man?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Obama said, love is love. Love is love.
You be looking for Will Smith, me personally. Look for him.
Oh, no need to look for Will Smith.
No need.
No, Dwayne looks for him though.
Oh wow.
What we start with, Mike?
I thought it was. We're doing the NFL awards, like mid-season awards.
Yeah, let's pop that up right quick. Let me pull that graphic up.
I'm curious to see them because I really wouldn't even know.
To be honest, me either.
Remember,
I might be surprised at who my answer is.
Yeah,
The only
NFL.
one I'm pretty sure of is the AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm pretty sure of that.
No, that's the whole NFL. It's the whole rookie of the year. It's not by conference like it. Baseball.
Well, that makes it even better. I know I'm sure now.
Yeah. Let me get the sponsor in right quick. Our NFL recap is brought to you by Hennessy and Coke. You're looking for a good time, but not a long time. Hennessy and Coke will get you there in a short time. Hennessy and Coke. Explore the possibilities. Mike Damon, MVPs right now. Today, your MVP right now.
And it would start with me, boy. Ooh. You go first, Damon.
Dang. Oh man. That's tough, bro. As of right now, I can't even say. I would no, because he really ain't had the greatest of years. I was thinking about Jalen Hurts, but you can still put a few quarterbacks and a few players ahead of him. You can make an argument, I'll say. Oh, man. That's tough, bro. That's tough. That's tough.
I would say this, Fate. I would say if we had to come up with 5 candidates right now, I think it would be 3 quarterbacks, a running back, and a receiver. Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Jared Goff, Tua, and as bad as people don't want to think about it, man, CJ Stroud is in the MVP conversation, in my opinion.
Somebody last week had
because he's a rookie. People don't think he should be in there because he's a rookie.
Somebody had CJ Stroud in tier 1. I got crushed last week on my quarterback tiers. I did it for you last week. I was getting crushed last week for putting CJ Stroud in tier 1.
And I had it moved up to tier 2 the weeks before then, the Fade.
Yeah, you did.
I don't see really. But he's playing.
Hey, who was killing you? Never mind. I pretty much got who was killing you. You ain't got to tell me.
I think so far. Can we agree that he has been playing tier 1 football on probably last year the worst team of the NFL? I'm asking both of y'all a question. Wouldn't you think that his play alone has made the Texans much better? And he doesn't have great talent surrounded around. He's made Nico Collins a weapon.
And Tank Dell.
So why wouldn't he be? I'm just asking, fellas. Y'all give me your answer. Why wouldn't he be considered tier 1? As of right now, why wouldn't he be?
You gotta talk to the people that were bashing him. I guess you weren't bashing him and I wasn't on the show. So you got to ask the people that was bashing him about that.
I came on late. They
ain't on that.
But I actually said in our production chat when Fade first put it out, I said I don't really see nothing wrong with this list, and I seen CJ Stroud on his tier 1. I don't see the boy. I owe him an apology because he came to the NFL and he's shredding, bro. I owe CJ Stroud an apology. So I was real tough on him. And he just came into the league and did what Cam did his rookie year. He's putting up numbers.
The only thing with Cam's first year, he had the first 2 games of his career in the NFL were great. Everything else was pedestrian. And that carried him through for that rookie of the year. CJ Stroud has only thrown 3 interceptions this year. He has about 18 touchdowns. He has no name receivers except for John Mechie, who's coming back from having.
He wasn't known for throwing picks in college. He was known for having.
I just looked it up too, Pate. He got 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he wasn't known for throwing picks in college. He was known for spreading that peel around, and he had NFL receivers. He's still spreading that pill around, and he don't have the weapons that he had at Ohio State. That's one of many reasons why I owe this dude an apology, bro. He's the real deal. I'm wondering, do Carolina think they made a mistake?
Yeah, Carolina made a mistake. That was the ownership wanting Bryce Young, but at the same time, why would you with Bryce Young? You know he's 5'10". I know we're gonna get back on the Warriors, everybody. You bring in a quarterback where you have no weapons, no offensive line, and you bring in a coach who struggled his last 3 years in Indianapolis. Why would the owner? Well, it's ownership. I already answered my question, but Frank Wright's probably gonna get fired after this year.
Now, this one, I think I might be in agreement with you, Faye. You might be right on this one. You just might be right on this one. And Bryce, I think is still. I think he's the type of quarterback as great as he was in Alabama. He still may need some help.
Yeah,
Stroud is out here putting up numbers. This man passed 470 yards. Then he turned around and passed for over 350 against the Bengals.
Now, I guess the Bengals, to be fair, I'm not saying he would have did it, but Henriksen and other defense DN is out, and that's gonna hurt them tomorrow against the Ravens. The Ravens should win that game because there's not gonna be a pass rusher with the Bengals tomorrow night. But Mike, to your top 5 list, you left one name off that list.
Who?
Myles Garrett.
Oh man.
Good point, Faye. I was actually thinking of a defensive player. He was the first person in mind, but I was still thinking maybe not. I would look at him as my defensive player of the year for real right now.
He's hands down defensive player of the year. But if I'm looking at MVP, I will look at Myles Garrett. And that's why I said this in the chat. I said this in the pre-production. If the Texans win their division, CJ Stroud should get some serious consideration for MVP.
I still think I agree with you, Faye. I still think just off his play, man, he should get it. Just off his play, he should get some consideration. Because he's been balling.
Right now, they probably will give it to Tua or Tyreek right now. Today, that's probably who will get it.
It will probably be, if it was between them two, I don't know if y'all agree with me or not, it will probably be Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek. Yeah, I agree because Tyreek is a game plan buster. He's a game plan buster.
Yeah.
He's a game plan buster.
Trick buster.
So rookie of the year is obviously CJ Stroud, unless he gets injured.
Unless he get injured, I don't see how he can't get it.
Who is going to be second? Who come on through?
To me, it'd be Myles Garrett.
Bijan Robinson?
Rookie. Yeah, I would say Bijan. You look at for offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, I would say Bijan probably second. I can see that.
Got a chance if he keep up a torrid pace, and that's Gibbs.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah,
Gibbs got a chance if they keep putting him in positions that they put him in the last couple games. He may be second. You can look at Sam Laporta. He may be second. The Lions got two good, legit rookies.
Yeah. And they're probably going to split the votes. That's the only thing with that. They're probably split those votes unless Laporta has breaks out the rest of the year and golf like the tight ends with Higbee.
Yeah.
We wasn't with the Rams. Coach of the year, to me, that's locked up.
Who you saying?
DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah.
DeMeco Ryans.
I'll say this. Tell me how you feel about this one. How I'm gonna put it? If the Lions get the number 1 seed, I would give Campbell some consideration. Yeah, they played well enough to get into a fight with that number 1 seed in the NFC. He might get a little bit of consideration, considering they was horrible the last few years, and he came in here and did with his thing. You right, T. Miles. T. Miles, let me ask you this: even though Montgomery is back, the way they using Gibbs, if they keep using him like the way they're using him, you don't think he got a chance to be at least second in the votes? Because even with Gibbs, you seen what they was doing against the Chargers. He was running. They was getting him out the backfield. You know, Montgomery had that long run, but you think that would be, if they keep using the way they use him, you think that may get him a little more pub for that offensive rookie of the year? Even though it's wrapped up, in my opinion.
What y'all talking about, man? My internet was tripping.
I had said that Gibbs could be second place in that offensive rookie of the year, and T. Miles said Montgomery's back. So he may not get enough carries, but the way they've been using Gibbs, he may pass plays, stuff like that. He may get enough touches. Because they use.
I think B. John Robinson gonna end up being second for the Falcons. He got over 600 yard rushing already.
Well, yeah, that will do it. You're right. Unless he get hurt.
Yeah, me and Damon was saying D'Amico Ryan's gonna be the hands down coach of the year unless Dan Campbell gets the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Oh yeah, he got this hand down.
The only thing if what Dan Campbell needs is the Eagles to lose 2 more games, they probably will.
Yeah,
because I think the Eagles will lose 2-3 more games. They'll lose to the Chiefs on Monday night. They'll lose to the 49ers because they're back healthy, and you could just throw in another game they're gonna lose. They'll split with Dallas again like they did last year. So I can see the Eagles probably still win the division, but they'll lose the number 1 seed, and they're gonna have to go to Detroit for the championship game.
I'm looking at. I mean, Atwater told me last year when Detroit was making that run, he had said last year, watch out for the Lions. And then after the draft, I wasn't mad. I was hoping we got a defensive player. I wasn't mad at the Laporta pick because I actually seen him play at Iowa. He was an Iowa tight end. I actually thought was going to make a little noise. I didn't think he was going to step in and do what he was doing now. I really wasn't mad at that pick, but T. Miles is right. They just cranking up Gibb, and Atwater right. Bijan got 600 yards rushing already. I'm just looking at how they using Gibb, and I thought it was smart how they was using him. Pass pro, because Alabama, he was up between the tackle runner, so pass catching back. That adds more value to you, because you can be used in more than just running. So I'm shocked that the Lions are 7-2 and they playing really good football. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Yeah, also got to look at the common opponents too for that number 1 seed. I think Philadelphia and Detroit beat the Bucks. I don't know if the Lions play the 49ers this year, but
I don't think so.
I don't think they do. I think they both play. No, do they play the Cowboys? I don't think the Lions play the Cowboys.
Yeah, Detroit played them.
They played later on. Yeah, they play them later on this year. They do play them though. It's in Dallas, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defensive rookie of the year. I would say if I had to push Will Anderson, maybe. But that's all the major awards right there when you think about it. So
you said defense. Yeah. What about no, you're right. Never mind. I was thinking about Jalen Carter.
Oh yeah, Jalen Carter. He's having a year.
He's having a
Jalen Carter, Paul, man.
He having a sensational year. That's why another reason I was like, oh man, we passed up on another Aaron Donald. God almighty.
Who as of right now has been the best receiver the league? You got CD, AJ, and Tyreek. Who you going with?
Despite what's going on in Detroit, I mean, Buffalo, Stephon Diggs right now.
Huh?
He leads the league in receptions.
If I had
you might want to look it up.
If I had to pick one out of the 3 you just named, you said CD Lamb, AJ Brown, and who else?
Tyreek Hill.
Hope you say Tyreek.
Tyreek. I would go with AJ. I would go with AJ Brown. I mean, I can't take nothing from the cheetah. But I mean, if you watch AJ Brown,
Stephon Diggs is tied with Keenan Allen for reception, but when it comes to yards, Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown run that.
Yeah, if I'm a little biased with AJ Brown. I think he's been playing real good ball. If out of the three you gave me, even though the cheetah is a beast, I'm looking at last few games I've seen AJ Brown play. I would go with him.
I will say this, man, about CeeDee Lamb. Since that San Francisco loss, Mike McCarthy has called a hell of a game each week. And it's done help. It done got CeeDee Lamb more involved in the offense. I will say that.
As a Dallas fan, Mike, all jokes aside, as a Dallas fan, you brought up somehow. What do you think the problem was before McCarthy started calling these games? Because I actually think CeeDee Lamb is a hell of a weapon for Dak. Was it something team wise or from your perspective as a Dallas fan?
As a coach and somebody that know the game, what they were doing with Dak was your traditional West Coast offense. 3-step drop, get it out quick. 3-step drop, get it out quick. So a lot of his passes were to the flats, to the running backs, slants. Since then, they've kind of changed it up. What Dak is doing a little bit more, he's a little bit more mobile. He's moving out the pocket. They taking shots downfield. They running a little more deeper crossing routes. So it's changed a little bit as far as what they've done with Dak. Dak is running more.
Those corner routes too, Mike. Like you said, they roll out and he do a little post or out and up or you crossing routes.
And something else that he's done too. He has also put in a little bit more motion now, and he has put receivers. Before, a lot of guys were pretty much in their same spot at the receiver position, but now you may see CD in a slot. You may see Brandon Cook. You seeing different motion and different sets now out there West Coast offense. So that's some of the change I've seen.
Makes sense.
Let me just say something real quick, man. I know we're talking about NFL. NCAA, man, James Madison and Jacksonville State are two new college football programs. Well, not new, but they knew the FBS. Do y'all know James Madison ain't lost a game yet since they've been on the FBS level? Yeah. And they have been denied to go to a bowl game this year because the NCAA got this stupid transition rule from one level to the next level where you can't go to a bowl game because you got the transition. So basically, James Madison got to sit out 2 years before they can go to a bowl game. And in 2 years, they ain't lost a game. That's crazy.
That makes absolutely no sense. That's punishing the players over.
Man, that's crazy, man.
That's a BS rule to me, bro.
That's crazy, man.
The NCAA, in my opinion, man, has been terribly run since we was in college. It's been horrible. And it's not just football, it's basketball. There's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense that they do. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I can go back as far as 90, 93, 94, 95, some of the stuff they've done that makes absolutely no sense. None. I think
what this is, Faye, to be honest, I think the NCAA has lost power with a lot of stuff that's going on, and this is a way that they can say they're showing their power. That's all this is.
Well, T. Miles hit it. He hit it again. It's all about the money.
It's about money.
But T. Miles, how's it all about money, man? Explain it. Like preventing the team from going to the postseason. How's it all about money? I mean, that's just wrong, bro.
It's definitely wrong. 2 years and these boys ain't lost. That's they being punished for something they had nothing to do with. But I mean, everything that the NCAA do, I guarantee you, money is involved. I don't know about you right there. I just feel like they operate on what they feel they need to do to line their pockets. This one, I don't see that way, Mike. You're right. It's just flat out wrong. But I bet you if you look down the line and read into it, there's some money involved in it. I hate to say it, but I just believe it because that they show you that all the time. It's like back then in '91, you couldn't get nobody to buy you a hamburger. You get kicked out. Now you get millions of dollars from NILs and all that. Why didn't them boys back then get? They was making y'all money hand over fist. How come they can't get that? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
you
bro.
get a free ride. Okay, you go to University of Michigan. You go for 4 years. That's a couple of $100,000. But Chris Webber made you $75 million in 2 years. Fab Five made the University of Michigan $75 million in 2 years. His jersey was selling for $125 back then.
Man, Chris Webber said he was walking downtown, him and Jalen Rose, they were walking somewhere, and they saw their jerseys, saw their jerseys hanging up in stores, and they were like, they were trying to get something to eat at McDonald's or Taco Bell. They didn't have enough money to get nothing to eat.
They had pooled their money to go to Taco Bell, and one of the girls went to University of Michigan that worked there, gave them more food. I never get that. Jalen Rose tell that story all the time. But I know that story you talking about. That's why Chris Webber, that was their sophomore year. That's when he said that's when he said he knew he was gone. That's what I was talking about. That jersey was $125. He said, I can't get $5 from somebody to get something to eat.
That's crazy, bro.
But now they get millions of dollars, dude. Hand over fist. I can't say his name. That dude. Hey, man, you hear that story? He went to Ohio State, got that big time NIL, and transferred right back down to Texas and got another big NIL deal. They getting paid, bro.
Yeah.
Which I thought Glenn Robinson, Bashan Leonard, Calvert Chaney, all them boys, they should have got paid too. They brought them at universities money. Sorry to switch the story, but
what we got next, Fake?
I want to ask this right quick for you know how I do mid-season. Give me a quick take. Your coach that's on the hot seat right now.
What's the coach name? What's the Chargers coach name?
It's Brandon Staley.
Staley, I think he might be on the hot seat. That's just my opinion.
Oh, this gonna sound crazy. Bill Belichick.
No, it ain't gonna sound crazy at all.
Ain't crazy.
I mean, Bill Belichick, Arthur Smith in Atlanta. Now, you know, Belichick done won them 6 championships, so he may be okay, but bro, 2-8. I mean,
Sean McDermott.
That's another.
He's my hot. You fire your OC yesterday.
Yeah.
For your mistake that you made,
bro. Explain that to me. How is Dorsey being fired when Josh Allen then went back to his old ways? McDermott is supposed to be this big time coach who know how to get the best out of everybody, but Dorsey get cut. That's just like Franklin firing his OC.
Your offense been terrible all year.
You have no track record of winning any big time games. But
I got to blame somebody, cuz it ain't gonna be me. That's how they looking at it.
I get it.
Just like McCarthy. McCarthy fired Kellen Moore, and it don't matter because even though I picked the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl, he's still getting fired at the end of the year. And we'll look out for Bill Belichick going to the Cowboys.
No, Bill Belichick.
That's a good one. No, brothers. That's another one. They the one got it started. That's a good one.
Dorsey's scapegoat, like Mario said, which is true because
that's a bunch of crap, though. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's a bunch of crap, bro. He the scapegoat. I get it, but that's messed up. Josh Allen then went back to them old ways. He hurt
because of Ken Dorsey.
You know what I'm saying? How is that Dorsey's fault? If anything, you should be firing the quarterback coach.
He was having turnover problems last year. He was doing the same thing last year too. When Dayball was a coordinator, Josh was not turning the ball over like this.
Yeah.
But also, if you're gonna fire anybody, fire your special teams coach. And also DeMar Hamlin was the 12th man on the field on Monday night that caused that penalty for Let's the re-kick.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So sorry to hear that. Let's go ahead and go to college football. We're gonna get to the Harbaugh in just a moment. College football, of course, is brought to you by Arizona Tea on Ozempic. If you drink Arizona tea, your ass will be on Ozempic.
The next day.
Man, get out of here, man. That fake big, man. Hey, David, let me tell you about this dude real quick, man, from college. See, people don't realize, man, me and Faye been doing a show. We've been doing this for years. Bro,
Right.
This dude in the middle of a show started a song about Todd McCullough, Damon. I'm talking about in the middle of the show. We were talking about the Lakers and the Sixers, and some kind of way it turned to a song, and this fool said, Todd McCullough. I said, Todd McCullough. I said, man, just out the blue. And all us on the show, everybody in the studio laughing, and everybody started saying, I said, man, Faye is an idiot, man. I'm talking about this came out of nowhere, dude.
Hey, but pull something out the woodworks, how you laughing for no reason. People don't realize how funny this little dude is, man.
Todd McCullough.
Faye was the first dude in college to get a pocket. Them noodle with hot dogs and cheese. Hey, man, me and Faye used to run through a pack of noodles and watch college basketball all night long.
Hey, Faye put me down on that. Faye did put me down on the only thing I fought for a minute was the cheese. But then when I added the cheese and it melted, I said, oh man, I done messed up. What was I missing?
Yeah, that's nigga Eddie. Niggetti.
And then he had it going, boy.
Man.
Eat it now. Can you eat that now?
Yeah, that'll jack you up.
Oh yeah, that's all. I mean, my blood pressure been like at 115 over. Oh my god. I'm not doing this with you today.
Yeah, me either.
When they go low, you go high. I want to start with the coaching vacancies. Really, just the one vacancy that I'm really concerned about. Texas A&M. Jimbo Fisher probably has the greatest agent in sports history. No offset language in his contract. He's gonna get paid out all $76 million. Also, you gotta take account his assistants also and his staff. So you look at it possibly about around $85-90 million to pay off his coaches. And they owe him $20 million in 60 days, Mike.
Man, I saw the contract where they owe him $20 million by the end of this year, and then for the next 7 years, they owe him $7.2 million a year
to 2031.
Dang!
And he could coach another team right now and get all that salary. White in America.
Wow. Man, I wouldn't coach if I'm Jimbo Fisher. Man, I wouldn't coach nothing.
Me either.
I wouldn't get a coach pocketbook, a coach jacket. I wouldn't coach nothing.
Me either. I will go chill out.
Only
thing I coach is Madden.
Right.
Man, they have to look for me. Hey, man, y'all heard from Jimbo? No, man. Last time we heard, man, he was downtown at the club. We don't know where he at. Y'all be looking for me, boy.
And he might be on the Samoan Island somewhere with some chicks dancing in front of him.
Not no dudes.
No, not no dudes.
Not no dudes. Okay.
So Jimbo gone. Texas A&M it's Texas, so you got oil money.
And A&M got money. Period.
They got money, and they have not produced a winner. They have not been relevant. Well, of course, they had the top 10 recruiting class the last 2 years, but hasn't panned out to be anything. Jimbo Fisher lost one game, I believe, in that COVID shortened year. I believe.
Yep.
They were ranked the top 5. We were saying on the show he was a top 5 coach that year. He was a top 5 coach, and as the tables have turned on him since then. Who is the number 1 candidate, Damon, to replace Jimbo Fisher? I got one in mind, but it's gonna be controversial. We'll go ahead.
Call me crazy, even though I don't think it'll happen. Urban Meyer.
That's what I was gonna say.
Call me crazy. Urban get down to Texas A&M. Watch out. Watch out.
Listen, what y'all saying? It ain't far fetched. Texas A&M is a program. They got to make a splash with whoever they get. Like you just can't go out and go get Wisconsin's assistant or
no.
Get this dude here and there.
You gotta
make a splash with this. And a name that might get him.
Don't say it.
Elko from Duke. He was a Texas A&M assistant. He had been up under Jimbo Elko. Remember that name, the head coach at Duke. He may be that guy.
Head.
Oh,
sounds good.
Oh shit.
Yeah, T. Miles been saying what everybody else been saying, and what he said, his direct quote, Dion, but he got to stay in Colorado. I think T. Miles is on to something. If he didn't make, I would say Dion could go down there and make a little noise too. The problem is he has to stay at Colorado. I think he has to stay at Colorado.
Yeah,
man, if you can't win in Colorado, you sure ain't gonna win in Texas A&M. Dion ain't even crossed my mind.
Well, they were saying it all on ESPN and everything, but here's the thing: Dion, they putting him out there because I mean, if you think about it, he playing with transfer, basically. Once he get his recruits in there, you're gonna see a different Colorado. He even said it himself, y'all getting me now. Better get me while I'm down. And I get why he's saying that. I mean, he's a guy that got the #1 recruit in the country to come to Jackson State and follow him to Colorado. You give him Texas A&M money in a couple years, please. He'll make some noise. But I just think Urban could come there, really do some damage, like immediately. Because it's 4- and 5-star players there now. I know a few of them left, but they got Urban down there, bro. They could be relevant as soon as next year.
Hey, what you talking about Art Browse? You think he'll ever get a shot?
No.
You think he'll be a good candidate for Texas A&M?
Art Browse will never coach again in college. He would not. I would not hire Art Browse. He's too toxic still. His name's still staying in the streets.
Yeah, he might have to wash off. He got that skunk smell on him, Mike. He might have to wash off a few more times.
He cannot coach. If you hire him, you ask for trouble. Damon took my name, but I would say I would give you another name. The coach from, I don't know the coach name, but the guy from Oregon State be a good one.
Yeah, I can.
They have the best offensive line in the country. To me, Oregon State has the best offensive line.
I throw out 2 more names for you: Chip Kelly at UCLA, Gus Malzahn at Central Florida.
I would take Kelly.
Yeah.
I take Kelly because I think whoever, if let's say UCLA gets rid of Chip Kelly, wherever he goes, I think Dante Moore, the quarterback, is gonna follow him.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Dante Moore. I got a chance to see him play at King. He was exciting. Him and the kid coming out from Belleville. Even though I think Bryce Underwood is a much better player than Dante, both of them got strong arms or whatever. But wherever Chip go, I think Dante, he'll have his quarterback come with him. But that SEC is a different conference, bro.
Especially with Texas and Oklahoma going there next year, it's going to be.
Yeah, that's a different conference.
But let me tell you the problem with the conference, and I'm gonna give you my analogy on this, man. The problem with the conference is the have and the have-nots. So this is the problem with the SEC. Damon is married to Beyonce, and for the wives and the ladies out here, this is just for this sports term only, okay? Damon is married to Beyonce, and Fabe is married to Precious. Fabe and Precious, You gotta listen to the analogy. And I ain't taking no shots at them. I just listen to what I'm trying to say. Damon married to Beyonce, Fade married to Precious. Fade with Precious, they're always trying to stay up and compete with Damon and Beyonce. And you just can't. You just can't, man. There's no way, and there may be some people out there. There's nobody in the world just gonna probably pick Precious over Beyonce. With that being said, the point I'm trying to make is Damon is Alabama, Georgia, LSU. Fade, you're Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Arkansas. Bro, good programs. And trust me, bro, there's nothing wrong with Precious. Precious is a beautiful lady, but she's not Beyonce. Precious, she just ain't. My point I'm making in that, the Kentuckys and the Arkansas and the Vanderbilt, they ain't never gonna be able to compete with Georgia, Alabama, and LSU. They never go. So what happens, like a Mississippi State, like a Texas A&M, or Arkansas, you're getting fired based on what they doing, trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you can't do it, man. You just can't. There's them have-nots in college football, especially on the Power 5 side, like the Big Ten. Illinois, Indiana, Northwestern, Rutgers. They can't compete with Michigan and Ohio State now. You look at your ACC, you got Florida State, Clemson, let's just say Miami. Bruh, Syracuse, Boston College, who else on ACC that just... Y'all get what I'm saying? The have-nots can't compete with the haves, man.
Your analogy makes sense. I hear what you're saying.
You just can't compete with them. You get what I'm saying, Fade?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's like you have... I'm a Big Ten guy, so I'm gonna give you a Big Ten analogy. Iowa is okay. They get to the Big Ten West Championship every now and then. Hell, they might win it once every 10 years. But you know good and well, if you line Iowa up with Ohio State 10 times, Ohio State gonna take 8 of them 10.
And right now, Iowa is 8-2, gonna win the Big Ten West. And they're going to have a part out there. Let that be Michigan. Let that be, like, let me tell you about another 8-2 team in the Big Ten that they pissed off about. Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
You see the difference? 8-2 Iowa, they ecstatic. 8-2 Penn State. Hey, James Franklin, man. What's going on now?
Let me say this about Penn State. That defense is legit. That defense is I was watching this guy on YouTube and he said here's 4 running plays that is the reason why Penn State lost. And the 4 running plays, they did not have gap control. And those 2 plays concern our 2 best backs, Edwards and Corn. Other than that, Michigan had to pull out what they called a mammoth package because those ends was killing our tackles. That defense is legitimate. I've always been a guy that says James Franklin he always puts himself in a situation where he does not win the big game.
But you know who Penn State is? Penn State is the Georgia Bulldogs of the early 2000s. There was a time period where Georgia could never beat Tennessee or Florida. Never. I don't think Peyton Manning ever lost to Georgia. I don't think some of them Florida teams ever lost to Georgia. Mark Richt was always good.
The Mark Richt years.
Mark Richt was always good, except when it came to Tennessee or Florida.
Ah, man, he hurt my heart. That Matthew Stafford, that number 1 team, that Georgia team, I actually thought was a national title caliber team. That's the Georgia team that hurts my heart the most because they had all the talent on both sides of the ball. That one killed me, bro. I was so disappointed. It was just like the 06 Michigan team. Real good, but they came across that Ohio State team. Y'all remember 1 versus 2, Woodley and all them boys. I just thought they was a really good team, and Ohio State got them. It's just you never know with what's going on in the college realm that these teams they got a lot of talent, but the people that's in charge of the squad, man, I'm disappointed how USC played, but I mean at the same time they have absolutely no defense. When I say no,
Let me ask you this: is the clock?
You was breaking up.
Starting on Lincoln Riley. Is the clock starting up on Lincoln Riley?
Yeah, I think it is. He's not at Oklahoma. He's at USC, bro. I think that Faye. I know everybody be jumping on your case about it. I do think the clock has started on that young man. That's just me.
I mean, you can't have the Heisman Trophy winner. The way they lost the bowl game last year, let me know your defensive coordinator should have been fired after last year. What you should have did was call Rex Ryan. Rex, what do you want? Come on out here to California
to be a D coordinator.
To be a D coordinator. Cause look what Michigan did. They brought in the guy from the Ravens,
Mike McDonald.
Yep, the guy last he left and went to the NFL. Then they brought another guy,
Jesse Minter. Both of them ran the same. They both was Raven assistants. Because they knew that they both ran the same similar style defense. The difference with Minter as opposed to McDonald, Miller is more blitz happy. McDonald wasn't really blitz happy. He was a zone guy. He played a little bit of man coverage, and he demanded his front 7 get the pressure. The front 7 got the pressure with McDonald. Every now and then, front 7 get a little pressure, but Minter, he'll send somebody. Corner, safety, he'll send somebody. What up, Corey?
Corey G.
So I get it, man. The Harbaugh thing, though, is almost laughable now. I don't know how y'all feel about it. It's almost laughable now. I really just wish it was. I wish they go ahead and find something, get it over with. That's just my opinion. It's laughable.
Yeah. So Mississippi State coach got fired. I think to me, if I want to make a splash, I would say James Franklin needs to get fired also. I mean, they did.
Understand that.
John Cooper got fired for being 1-8-1 against Michigan, I believe. Am I correct on that, Damon?
You are absolutely correct.
So
he beat everybody else, Faye,
except Michigan.
James Franklin beat everybody else. Do you realize James Franklin is 3-17 against Michigan and Ohio State?
Yeah.
He's 3-17 against those guys. You can't. I'm surprised they actually kept him this long.
And the crazy thing, just a few weeks ago, Shot said we need to shout out the black coaches. Well, Dino Babers from Syracuse has struggled. Loxley at Maryland has went downhill, and James Franklin still can't win the big game.
I don't know how y'all feel about
that. Boy, they went downhill fast too, boy.
Yeah.
Maryland at one time, I think, 6-0?
They were 5-0, I think.
5-0 or something?
5-0, yep. I'm a little confused by Loxley, though. I thought he would be a good fit. I thought he would be better at what he was doing. I'm a little surprised by him.
Maryland needs to go back to the ACC. If he was back in the ACC, I think they would still be undefeated right now.
I have a point, bro.
But I won't be surprised though 3 black coaches be gone by end of next season. I wouldn't put it past these chancellors.
I think the first one that's gone is probably Loxley, because it seemed like he always fall off this time of the year every season. Start strong, and then as it gets later in the season, is it his strength and conditioning coach? I mean, you can ask a bunch of stuff. What's going on? Why are you losing like this now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's been the last couple years. I mean, I can say as long as he's had Tula, brother, it's been happening.
And the most important person in the college program is your strength and conditioning coach, not your offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. Your strength and conditioning coach.
Buddy.
Yep. Quick take, right quick before I want to get to the NBA real fast before we go. Harbaugh, will he win this hearing on Friday? Yes or no?
I say yes.
I say no. I actually heard, now this is rumor, this is alleged, that the Big Ten, Fox, and the University of Michigan is working on something that they can try to catch something before the actual court date, which is Friday, because now they're saying the Fox presidents is looking at this showdown if OSU and U of M are undefeated. You know, when they're undefeated, they bring ratings, and Fox is like, look, man, we giving y'all this money. Y'all better do something. Suspend him, and this is the rumor: suspend him for 2, and fine the university a substantial amount of money. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's true or not. That's the alleged rumor. And if that's the case, they may not go to court. But if they go to court, they, you know, I guess it depends on the judge. Y'all saying yeah, I'm saying I don't think so.
Mike, you say he's going to win his own case?
Yeah, I think he will.
T. Miles say yeah too. Weird, bro. It's
just
weird.
All right, let's get to our last topic before we go. I'm going to touch on the NBA a little bit. For those that might not know, Draymond Green has been suspended. No big surprise, for 5 games, and put in Rudy Gobert and my Kurt voice
in the Scorpion Deathlock.
In the Jody. In the Jody, he put him in the Jody.
Mom.
Put him in the Jody. For those that ain't watch Baby Boy, he put him in the Jody.
Don't call me when that nigga start beating you.
Hey, y'all. I ain't trying to be funny. Going back to that Baby Boy, he sat back and you better go ahead on. And Mean Rain came up behind Mama. Yeah, that's right. Call for your mama. Oh man. Hey, he did put him in the joke.
So Draymond's down 5. Yeah, he deserved it.
Hey,
last topic.
Hey, that's a good one.
Go ahead.
Good one. That's a good question, Fade. That was gonna be my first question. What is going on in La La Land with these Clippers?
That's on the question. 0-6 with James Harden.
Can we all agree that James Harden is somewhat of a cancer wherever he go?
Oh, hold on right quick. I'm
not talking about his talent on the court. I'm talking about his presence.
Yeah. So you got the hair wrong with Clipper.
Dax Waving Groom and Just for Men. I just want to get a sponsor in. Dax Waving Groom and Just for Men is the sponsor for this segment. If you got James Harden beard that got some gray in it, or you got a beard that got gray in it because you got James Harden, use that Dax Waving Groom. You got waves, you try to get right, get that Dax.
Man, this dude here,
stupid, man. This dude gone right here, dude. Man, Fade's sick,
Yeah, he's sick, bro. But what's your answer, Mike? What you think?
This team would be good if this was 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
The team should be undefeated.
To say James Harden is a cancer, I'm not gonna call him no cancer like that, for the simple fact that even though James Harden hadn't won a championship, he's been an MVP. He's been a top man as an assist. He's played in some conference finals. It's taking a second for them to blend. See, man, one thing about basketball players, Damon know this. Basketball players are some funny creatures, man. And what I mean by that, when you used to getting so many touches to now, your touches are down. I have seen dudes, I done been on the court, I done refereed, I done coached, done played it. I done seen dudes come on the court and literally say, man, I got to get mine first. I got to get my shot. And I think a lot of that's what's going on, too.
Like Jinx, right?
You got guys like Jinx would do. Jinx, man. Man, don't even get me started on Jinx, man. But Terrence Mann, his minutes don't went down since James Harden got there. I think eventually, though, because they got enough talent, it's going to start kicking in. We just don't see it now. Remember, Chris Bosh and LeBron and D Wade, I think they start out 10 and 11 before they kicked it in.
98. It was 98 before they started. It was 98. And it still took 2 years because they didn't have the best record those first 2 years. The Bulls had the best record, but the Heat had a better team. Because Thibodeau would run those teams in the ground.
Yeah, that was his thing. Let me say this: when I ask to say, because Corey say he trying his best to blend in, I disagree with that. And let me say why I disagree with that. And Mike, you know this because you probably played with a couple of them. James Harden is a diva. You mentioned it that he wants to get his. James Harden averaged 35. He averaged 11 assists. Because the ball was predominantly in his hand. Now it's not. When he was in Brooklyn, it really wasn't. Because he had another ball dominant guy in Kyrie, and KD was the scorer. So if you're looking at, when I say he's a cancer, I'm not talking about his play. I'm talking about his presence in the locker room and what he's doing. Everywhere he's went, he's demanded a trade. Why? All of that ain't the team that he going to. It's just like I told this analogy to Holly about Holly Berry. Okay, first marriage, Davis Justice was kicking her butt. She had a right to leave. Now she done married a few white men and they divorced her. You got to look at it and say, okay, maybe it's Holly a little bit. Maybe it ain't the guy she kicking it with. Maybe she has a little something going on in her thing. That's all I'm saying. When you leave like that and you're the one asking for trades and doing all this and all, I don't necessarily believe it's always the team. Harden got something to do with that. He can't stay nowhere because of who he is off the court. And when he on the court, he ain't the same guy, probably because he's a little older and he need to shed a little more weight. I don't think Harden is at his playing weight. So you got to look at Harden, bro. You got to take a real long, hard look. That's just my opinion. Everybody know that dude is talented. Nobody will ever doubt that. It's who he is in that locker room and how he acting. And I want this. I want to go here. If I don't, I'm gonna balloon up the size of Jabba the Hutt. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the whole mentality of the youth basketball today. Like everybody in the youth basketball world, they don't get what they want. They out, or they ready to go there or go there. That's why so many kids transferring in high school and transfer AAU programs. And that's why we got this transfer portal. That's today. That's the era that we live in. James Harden is just the main figure because he in the NBA. But all this stuff that you see James Harden doing, trust me, there are guys out there that's 3, 4, 5 times worse. While James Harden has been on 4, 5 teams, Kevin Durant right behind him, ain't it? Durant done been on just as many teams. Or Kyrie, LeBron. That's the era that we live in. See,
but let me.
We grew up in the era of. Oh, my bad, Fate.
Now go ahead, finish. I'll push back after you finish. I'll push back a little bit.
We grew up in an era of, man, I ain't gonna go play with them. Like growing up in the 80s and Kevin Durant going to play with the enemy, that never would have happened. Barkley, Bird, Jordan, Magic, none of them dudes would have never tried to. Can you picture Magic Johnson talking about he gonna go join the bad boy? Or Dominique said he going to the Celtics. Like, dude, these dudes are different nowadays. They trade jerseys after each game when they play each other. So the mindset is different. It's because of the era that we're living in. And it's just the totality of basketball, period. From damn near age 13, 14 on up, bro. It's the whole mentality.
Let me push back just a little bit. Would you say brought up LeBron leaving? The difference with LeBron and KD, James Harden, Kyrie, Durant. LeBron never said anything about what he's going to do or want to leave until after the season. He still didn't say nothing until he signed that contract. KD wanted a trade to Phoenix beginning of last year, and Phoenix stupid ass wanted to trade away their future for him. And you trade away a guy who has two bad MCLs, repaired Achilles, and he's 35 with a balding head. Now Kyrie, he's just a cancer. James Harden, the same thing. When he got he was traded from Oklahoma City because they didn't want to go over the luxury tax. They would have went over by $2 million. They said we're not going over. We got to trade hard. We're not giving the extension, which is why he was in Houston. When they got rid of Mike D'Antoni, he put on his fat suit, got traded to New Jersey. When Durant and Kyrie talked about they want to leave, he got traded to Philadelphia. He didn't like Doc. He got Doc fired. Then he wanted to go back to Houston, but they said, no, we don't want you here. Then they traded him to LA. He got what he wanted. He's petulant. He's childish. He's a baby. You're right about the players being diva, but the one thing I can say about LeBron, he's never requested a trade mid-year. He's never said, I want out. He's going to finish the season and do his best. And he has done that over his 20-year career, 21-year career. Everybody else, they're not built like that. Like Kevin Durant, he should have stayed in. He would have been better off going to the Clippers than going to Golden State when he went to Golden State.
That's all I'm saying, Fabe. I'm with you on that. I understand what Mike is saying, and Mike is absolutely correct.
And he's right.
He see it firsthand because he deal with the young AAU players. So I definitely take his word at what he's saying about the players now. But Fabe, I think you having said that, you put it my perspective. I think you added something different. What up, Willie? What up, boy? I think you added the perspective that I was saying. Kyrie and James Harden, you look at them, they cried and like you said, petulant, they was cute. They did all this stuff to get the attention on them so they can move when at they pace. They force organizations to move them at their pace. That to me, that's them. That's them putting on taking a ball and wanting to go home, as we used to say back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It just, I just don't have any respect off the court. On the court, we talking about two Hall of Famers who they are on that court. I'm talking about how they handled themselves off the court and business wise. You right, LeBron, business was business for him. I do give him credit for that. I can't really give Harden credit on how he do it. He ballooned up. He Jabba the Hutt when you see him. He out of shape. He can't play because he's trying to get out of somewhere. That's just crazy to me.
Last word, Mike, before we go.
Last word on the NBA in-season tournament. Have y'all even watched it or paid any attention to it? Anybody out there been paying attention to the NBA in-season tournament?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Kind of, sort of.
Is it interesting or what to you?
No, not really.
Okay.
Just a money grab. That's all. They're trying to compete with
Yeah, that's
soccer.
just my opinion. It might be people that's into it, not me. I'm looking at rookie play. I'm looking at second year players play. I'm looking at, especially here at the crib, I'm trying to, see what we got and what we can work with. The tournament itself, that don't make me like, well, I gotta watch this in-season tournament type thing. You know what I mean?
All right. 2 more points, and we out. Next point. Any upsets y'all see week 11 college football this weekend? Y'all see any upsets?
No,
Does
not
Tennessee
really.
have a chance at home against Georgia?
No, let's everybody get hurt in Georgia.
No, I don't see that.
Hey, bro, do y'all realize this real quick that if Georgia lose in the SEC championship game, they might not make the college football playoffs? Think about this for a minute now. Check this.
Yeah.
If Florida State went out, they're going to get in. The Michigan-Ohio State winner went out. They're going to get in. If Washington don't lose and win out, have to beat Oregon again, they get in. Bruh, they not going to let Georgia in. Georgia wouldn't get in, of course, before Alabama, but then you're going to have Texas, if they went out and be like, hey, we beat them now. We beat Alabama. There's a shot Georgia might not get in there if they lose Alabama, y'all. Y'all thoughts on that scenario just then? Do y'all think that scenario could play out?
I don't. It could, but here's why. Here's a reason why they probably would put Georgia in. What you just said earlier. Texas beat Alabama handily at the beginning of the season, even though they won the SEC championship. That loss still may help Georgia get in. Now, the one that's interesting to me is the winner between Oregon and Washington.
If Washington went out, Washington went out, Florida State went out, the Michigan, Ohio State winner went out. That's 3 spots right there, bro.
Right.
So if Georgia loses to Alabama, they're not going to put Georgia in over Alabama or Texas. No. Georgia be out.
But Texas will have to win out as well to even have that argument.
So if Texas win out, they're gonna be like, hey, Alabama can't do us.
Alabama, they got one, Texas got as of now 1 loss, right?
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
So if they win out, there's a really good chance Alabama won't get in because they won the head-to-head.
Alabama or Georgia.
Yeah, there's possibly no SEC teams.
Yeah.
Possibility, I just don't see it.
Hey, bro, listen. That possibility right there is probably as possible as anything that you see. Florida State, we don't see nobody beating Florida State. Okay? The Ohio State Michigan winner, we know they're going to beat the hell out of Iowa in the Big Ten championship game. There's a good possibility, which I think Washington may get an L coming up. But Washington, out of the 3, has got the toughest road because I just don't see them beating Oregon back to back. But if it happened,
they might lose to Oregon State. They might lose to Oregon State.
I don't see it. The way Bo Nix been playing, I don't see it. I see Washington losing that game, man. If they play again, Bo Nix has been playing Heisman football. I don't see them losing that head-to-head, bro. So you looking at possibly 2 1-loss teams that might be in the playoffs.
Damon, how you getting 2 1-loss teams when we just named 3?
You looking at Bama. If Bama win, more than likely they're gonna be in. Probably the number 1 team in there. If Bama win it,
unless Texas got to lose.
Texas got to lose first, Damon. Texas got to lose for Alabama to get in if them other 3 teams go undefeated.
You're right.
Like I said, the Ohio State Michigan winner is not going to lose the hour. So they in.
That may be the number 1 team. If the scenario
Florida State is not going to lose the game, they in. It's 2 spots left. Washington run the table, they in.
If Georgia loses, Bama beat Georgia, Texas went out, Bama's out.
Yeah.
Bama's out. So you won't
Unless-
have what you will have is you will have Texas, the winner of Ohio State, Michigan, win out. Willie brought up a good point. Strength of schedule might hurt Texas too. They look at all that. That's what I'm saying. They don't. Bama don't necessarily. If Texas do win out, they take all that in consideration. Okay, they lost their head-to-head, but whose strength of schedule was stronger? They're gonna say, "Oh, well, Alabama's is stronger." It's a lot of stuff that come out that I'm telling you, it could be.
Bro, there's no way in the world you can let Alabama in there before Texas and Texas beat them on the field. There's no way. If Alabama beat Georgia,
all I'm saying,
and
Mike,
that scenario played like
that may be
there's
true.
no way.
All I'm saying is the committee has done crazy things, bro.
Committee not gonna do that right there. They're not gonna let Alabama get in before Texas.
I don't put nothing past them. Willie brought up a good point. If they remember, we talking about getting butts in the seats. What name will get a nigga to watch football? Forget my language. Nick Saban. Right. Alabama. It's the committee will finagle away. They're looking like what I'm just looking at Willie comment. They'll look at that. They will definitely look at that strength of schedule. And they'll finagle their way. They won the SEC. They beat the number one team in the nation in Georgia in the championship. That negates those two things. Overpower. They lost. That's all I'm saying. They have done stranger stuff. Remember, it's possible. It's possible. They will finagle their way. They want people to watch this playoff. Like I said, it's possible the winner of the Ohio State Michigan game go on to win the Big Ten title. They might be the number one seed. Then you're looking at Florida. You're looking at Washington and Oregon. It's so much right now. This is where it hits the fan, and you got to go out and do your thing. You do your part 9 times out of 10. You won't get left out of the playoffs. That's how I see it.
I can't wait till a couple weeks after.
Find a way, bro.
Can't wait till after Thanksgiving where we're gonna have these courageous conversations about these rankings and see what's gonna happen, because it's gonna be one of the most controversial years.
Yes, indeed.
And probably back to 2011 when I think LSU was a 2-loss team that won the national title that year. Yeah, that's probably
that's all I'm saying. The committee.
We out there, folks.
And that's our show for tonight. Thank you for watching. Catch us on Wednesdays. We might have a Thanksgiving special next week. We'll see if we can all eat a turkey at the same time. We out.
Crazy, man.
I ain't crazy, man. I don't know what to say about that.